The Simpsons Fortnite map has leaked and people are not happy because although it includes iconic Springfield locations like Evergreen Terrace, the Simpsons' home, Mr. Burns Manor on the east side of the island, Town Square, including the statue of Jebediah, and of course, Homer's workplace, the nuclear power plant. However, there's one big glaring issue that people have, and that's the fact that this map is not a reload map, but a full battle royale map, and people think it looks way too small. Winning a game of Fortnite without moving. Well, that's exactly what Laserbeam attempted to do, with his plan being very simple. Land somewhere high, take a seat, and wait for the final player, but it's a lot easier said than done. He kept on getting eliminated over and over and over, but he never gave up, as he came up with a secret plan to get this win, which began before the game even started. He made sure to get into the same match as his roommate, which was none other than the streamer Fresh. Luck was on his side, and he managed to make it to the final 1v1 with him and Fresh the last alive. Laserbeam sprinted into Fresh's room, pulled out the power, making it one of the best Fortnite wins.
What's your favorite Fortnite emo?
The McGriddle.
Ooh, not for Never Back Down?
An obvious one. Favorite Fortnite emo is just default dance. Lupo and I used to sing. Besides the Cypher Strut, Orange Justice.
Yeah.
Of the newer ones, back on 74, the Traversal one.
What is that?
You don't know that one where they're
No.
like... And then the old one, the Worm, just because I got it, not many people have
Worm?
it.
Should we see a worm?
I wish.
Probably the Electro Shuffle. That was the first emo I ever bought.
Can you do it? You don't have to do it.
I don't know.
Little Dipper Doppler?
Nah, I don't even play.
What about like an OG one? Floss?
No, the scenario one where it's like...
Oh yeah.
I was gonna get gritty.
I've never actually gridded in real life, but everyone always asks me to do
You
it.
should do it.
You won't believe the Elite Fortnitemares 2025 item shop, as Jason from the Friday the 13th movie will be getting his very own skin, featuring his famous axe that can be used as a pickaxe and weapon. Ghostface from the Scream films will also be arriving with his very own mythic knife, allowing you to sneak up on players and even jump scare them, and its very own custom attack abilities. But the next one's even crazier and will blow your mind. To find out what it is, just make sure you got code ALIE entered in your item shop, as the entire Scooby-Doo gang will be coming to Fortnitemares. If you 1v1 Peterbot, the best Fortnite player ever, could you beat him just one time if you had 100 attempts? Well, Stable Ronaldo thought he could and put $25,000 on the line, and Peterbot agreed. They hopped into a match and started to fight. However, things didn't go to plan for Ron. Peterbot started eliminating him over and over and over, being very similar to what he did to me. But things got even worse as Peterbot started trash talking him, getting into Ron's head. After losing 50 times, Ron was starting to lose it. He begged to swap over to Zone Wars instead, with Peterbot agreeing, but he kept on getting destroyed. And after being eliminated 99 times, Ron finally decided to lock in. And this is what happened.
Alright, bro. You ready?
Fortnite didn't want me to do this, but I didn't listen. Because for years, mobile players have been bullied and laughed at by tablet, controller, and PC players. Using a tiny screen is hard, and some people have tried to help them, but it hasn't worked. So I decided to invest and become a co-owner of Puck Gaming. They're modular attachments to anyone's phone with instant input, ergonomic design, and the most groundbreaking part, the world's first magnetic control stick to change mobile gaming forever. Just search for Puck Gaming and upgrade now. Everyone always thought that I was clickbaiting, but I was actually predicting the future. Just like when I talked about a first-person mode in Fortnite 6 years before it officially came out, and I made challenge videos around Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and even Batman, with all of them eventually coming to the game and getting their very own skins. But it keeps getting crazier, as I even said that there would be a superhero-themed battle pass, and we've had that several times over. The craziest one of them all, to a point where Epic Games may think I'm hacking them, was actually predicting that Tilted Towers would get destroyed. Fortnite is removing your skins and V-Bucks permanently, as on the 5th of September, when players logged into their account, they were met with this screen claiming that their skins, items, and V-Bucks had been permanently removed. But why would Fortnite have done this? Well, between December 2024 and July 2025, there was a massive exploit letting players refund the purchase, but still being able to keep the skin and V-Bucks. But even players players that hadn't used this exploit are getting some of their items removed, and the players that are being affected are specifically playing on Xbox. Fortnite will never be the same, and let me show you why it's so exciting. As many people think of Fortnite as just a shooting game, but there's actually over 260,000 games to play within Fortnite that my whole family can jump in and we can play together that you may not know about. From harvesting seeds and growing your very own beautiful garden, meeting friends and getting your very own job, jamming out to your favorite tracks on a giant stage. There are new games created within Fortnite every single day, which is why I'm so excited for the future of Fortnite. Fortnite may have just scammed you, as unlocking the Battle Bus SUV is actually super simple and completely free. All you had to do was go to the Epic Games store and jumping on Rocket League would unlock the Battle Bus over on your Fortnite account the next time you logged in. Epic kept this fairly low key, so not many people knew about it. Without telling anyone, Fortnite removed that offer, which is where things get weird. As I headed over to the item shop, I made sure that I'd entered my code, AliA, and you'll realize I was a little bit shocked to find that the free Battle Bus SUV is now being sold for almost 2,000 V-Bucks. I'm ditching this and playing Fortnite with this. As Turtle Beach sent me their Riffmaster guitar, perfect for Fortnite Festival. I loaded up my favorite tracks and jumped in and got playing. Compatible with Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, this fully wireless guitar has up to 36 hours of battery time, allowing you to play for as long as you want. I never had to take my hands off a guitar. With a built-in analog stick, I could control the menus with ease. With super low latency, I was not missing a beat. Okay, maybe I was every now and then. With a foldable design, you can take it on the go wherever you want. You can even plug your headset directly into the guitar and adjust the audio, the built-in D-pad. I was having so much fun before I knew it, the song came to an end, giving me a crazy amount of XP, and you can find a Riffmaster wireless guitar on Turtle Beach and use code AliA for 10% off. Fortnite's name has changed for the first time in 8 years, and it all started when people spotted these Fortnite posters whilst on their way to work with graffiti all over them and this familiar face. And when players went in-game to understand what was going on, they found this glowing treehouse and a giant live event countdown leading up to Fortnite's new name change. But we can skip ahead and find out the new name right now. Just make sure you've got code AliA in your item shop, as Fortnite's about to be taken over by the Simpsons and renamed to Fartnite. It sucks to be a Fortnite boss. You spawn on the island and you barely load in before you're immediately hunted down by every player on the map. But what about your good old henchmen? Gone instantly. They're just target practice before the players get to you. But at least the players are scared of you. Right? Wrong. You're just easy loot to them, whether it's a mythic gold bars or just some ammo. Do you want to run away? Too bad. You're locked in to defend that area, but at least you can shoot back. But your movement is so bad that you may as well be standing still. And once you're finally eliminated, it's not even done, as you're forced to do it all over again. Do not buy this pickaxe, as Fortnite has done something to it that has changed it forever. As originally, the only way to unlock it was to win the FNCS Grand Final. Only the best players in the world ever managed to hold this pickaxe in their hand, and later giving out very limited codes that could be only obtained at the Fortnite Pro-Am event in person. And I managed to get it, but the next step has taken things too far, making it completely disrespectful to all OG owners of this pickaxe. Because in the item shop tomorrow, not only you'll be able to pick up my icon skin and make sure code AliA is entered in your shop, but everyone will be able to buy this pickaxe.
Which is better, the Scar or the MK7 assault rifle?
The Scar's not good anymore. It's overrated. Definitely the MK7.
Can't do this to me, man. The Scar has aura, but the MK7's better, man.
The Scar. Oh, no, MK7. Yes, that's the best.
I gotta go with Scar. OG, baby.
Scar.
If it's the OG Scar, I'm going OG Scar.
Yeah, the OG one's undefeated. Perfect builds and edit or perfect aim?
Perfect builds and edits. It just looks way cooler.
Perfect aim, because you could do well both in build mode and zero build.
Perfect aim.
Perfect builds and edits.
Perfect aim.
Edit and build.
Perfect edit build? Okay.
Perfect
Okay,
aim.
she's aim
I
buying
don't need a
everyone.
build. I don't need a build.
This Fortnite skin costs $2 million because despite the fact that Kai leaked the announcement of his own icon skin, Epic decided to go all out and announce a skin in a way never done before that costs a lot of money. Flying his skin all the way over to Las Vegas, placing it on the sphere, giving us our first look at his skin, cosmetics, and even his emo. But despite spending so much money, they forgot the most important thing. When is his skin going to be coming to the item shop? So I decided to message Kai myself so the rest of the world can know when they'll be able to get hold of his skin. As I waited for him to reply, I actually made a high quality version of what his skin would look like and checked the item shop to make sure I'd entered code AliA ready and waiting, as Kai said that his skin will be available September the 12th.
Which is better, Chapter 2 Marvel or Chapter 5 Marvel?
Chapter 5, the jetpacks were unbelievable.
Easily Chapter 2.
Chapter 5.
You know, I don't have the Chapter 2 Marvel Battle Pass.
Chapter 2 Marvel.
Chapter 2 Marvel season, please.
Chapter 1 or Chapter 2?
Chapter 1, that OG feeling, man, there's nothing better.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 2.
Oh, Chapter 1. Chapter 2 was the least I ever played Fortnite.
Chapter 2.
Can you keep your eyes on this mythic snowman and see where it ends up? Okay, starting nice and slow. We got this. I love the Christmas lights. The presents. I loved Christmas. But I cannot stop staring at the screen, and it must not blink because things are getting a lot faster than I expected. And oh my goodness, what? Okay, lock in your answer by clicking the like button. To reveal the answer, make sure code ALIE is in your item shop this Christmas. So we're about to take a look, and did you get it? Wait, what is this? There's a giant Playboy Carti on the island, and he's got his own mythic. Give it a go. Oh my god, look at my health. It gives you Siphon. And he's not getting one, but two new skins. You can see them early on screen here. Lots of styles. Make sure you're using code ALIE and you pick him up. There's been 3 playable mythic bosses in Fortnite, but which one's the best? You'd become Thanos after collecting his gauntlet, giving you super jump, laser beam, and a powerful punch that would rip through enemies. You'd have 200 shield and 800 health, but he was let down by how slow and sluggish he was, making him an easy target. You'd become Doom if you captured the Cauldron of Power, giving you 500 health and 500 shield, with 5 abilities. Again, a beam, but more powerful than Thanos' this time, and infinite stamina. If you did become Doom, you'd almost definitely win the game. You'll become Godzilla if you're the first one through his portal, where you crush everything by walking, can roar to reveal enemies, and just like the other bosses, you get a laser attack too, but you physically cannot be Godzilla until the end of the game because of the timer. So which is best? Double tap on the bosses above me to reveal my answer, and let me know if you agree, as I think it's Dr. Doom. Only 1% of people can find a Snoop Santa in all 3 of these images. Starting off easy, you've only got a few seconds, but you probably don't need it. I'm sure you've already found it. Moving on to medium, I'm going to give you a little bit more time as things are getting a bit harder now. But I'll give you a few more seconds and hopefully you've managed to find him. But things are getting seriously tricky. This is the hardest one, and I'm going to give you a full 10 seconds. Pay close attention and scan over the whole image. If you do manage to find him, let me know by double tapping on Santa Snoop's face. Did you get it? I've hidden a secret gift for my wife in my Lego Fortnite supply llama set, as I've been secretly building this supply llama without my wife knowing, ready to hide my secret gift inside. As I thought long and hard about what I could give her, I had a brainwave and decided on something I knew anyone would be excited to receive. So as I started to get my gift ready, don't forget that you can pick up the Lego Fortnite supply llama set in store or at lego.com as a perfect gift this Christmas. As finally it was ready to give to my wife and see what she thought. Hey, I've got a secret present inside here for you.
6, 7?
If I say your main Fortnite skin, you're out. Level impossible. My first guess is Aura. If that's your main Fortnite skin, you can leave. And we're going to see you later if you use Beef Boss. And number 3, if you use Bright Bomber, better luck next time. I'm now picking Spider-Man. You're all out. Not even his web slingers can save you. And number 5, I'm going to say Peabody. Next up, it's Guild. This is a skin I used to main before I got an icon skin. I'm now going with Ruby. If that's your skin, bye-bye. Number 8 is Ang. I'll wipe your tears away for you. Okay, so Scully is number 9, but before I reveal the final skin, I need to know that you're still in by clicking both the like and subscribe button at the exact same time. Only people on really good phones can actually pull it off. And the final skin is the hardest one yet, because I'm going to be really evil and say every icon skin. Look at this. 80% of people see this person swinging away from them, which means they're controlled by the left side of their brain. Only 20% of people see this person swinging towards them, which means they're controlled by the right side of their brain. But what if I told you I can make you see this person swing any way you wanted? For this to work, first of all, double tap on the video above me to pause the swinging. Once you've done that, focus on the person in this position to see them swinging away from you, and focus on the person in this best position to see them swinging towards you. This is what's inside all of the Winterfest 2025 presents, including 2 new skins. Starting on the right side, the red and gold present contains a Winterfest leather glider, the gold and black present is the Barred Gems pickaxe, the blue present is the Glacial Groove pickaxe, and the left green present is the Icy Oath wrap, with the right green present having a new contrail. Then on the left side of the cabin, the big gold and black present contains the wrapped axe, the small gold and black present has 2 Winterfest sprays, the red and gold present at the front contains the festive back bling, whilst the red and gold present at the back has the festive bat. The record shaped present is the Battlewood vinyl, and the big blue present has the Winterfest bow, whilst the small one is this emoticon and spray. And to see which skins are in these final 2 presents, just go to your item shop and make sure you've entered code ALIA, as we're getting these skins. Apparently, these 5 steps will make you yawn. Start off by biting your lip once. Nice and easy. Then go ahead and scratch your head. Also easy. Now, pay attention as you need to blink exactly 12 times. Count along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Now, to make sure you're still following along, simply hit that like button before we reveal the final step, as all you need to do now is shake your head and...
Sing we now, sing for the year, sing for the laugh and sing for the tear. Sing we now, just for today, maybe tomorrow, good Lord and take it away. Sing we now.
The very first Winterfest gift is now available, so don't miss out. This is how you get it. Because you simply need to boot up Fortnite, then head on over to the shop tab. Once there, check in the bottom right corner that you've entered code ALIA, then bring up the Epic Games launcher and search for the Holly Paw wrap. Then click the claim button and log back in to get this unlocked. This is Ship, and he has the most wins in Fortnite with over 48,000 to his name, and the way he pulls off so many wins is crazy, as he's been playing Fortnite since the very beginning. But he didn't always hold the world record number of wins, as he originally raced to be the first player to reach 100,000 eliminations, alongside Ninja and High Distortion, who all wanted to reach it before anyone else, but unfortunately Ship just missed out. But he stayed grinding and started focusing on wins, getting not 10, not 20, but over 30 wins a day, grinding out Fortnite over 12-hour-long sessions and finding the best way to get the most wins possible, as he started climbing the leaderboard and winning more than anyone else in the world. With a win ratio of over 63%, he also ended up becoming the player with the most amount of eliminations in the world of over 550,000, and after a lot of grinding, he now sits at the #1 spot for the most wins in the world, with more than 20,000 over the person in second, which makes my 786 wins look really bad. But how many wins do you have? I partnered with Epic Games for some Fortnite Duos madness in the showdown at the O2, as Wes Nelson and I went head-to-head against some of the biggest creators like Lachlan, Mongrel, and more, and here's what happened. Five things that only happen in Fortnite China, like free V-Bucks and Battle Passes. You can't buy V-Bucks, instead you get them just for playing the game, which means you can buy the Battle Passes for free. Believe it or not, you can also get wins when you die. You're limited to 3 hours of gaming a day in China, so they'd offer a win to everyone in the lobby after 20 minutes, meaning that even if you die, you'd still get a victory royale. But not all cosmetics are the same because of Chinese rulings around skulls. They completely removed the Skull Trooper, and they even changed some items and skins just so skulls wouldn't appear in the game. However, some items were only released in Fortnite China, like these pickaxes and back blings can't be found anywhere in normal Fortnite, making them the rarest items ever. But the coolest thing has to be the exclusive Storm Shield. Rather than taking storm damage, this meter would start to deplete. But what would happen once it fully empties? Double tap on that health bar above me to find out, as it's about to hit 0. Let's take a look. Did you know Fortnite like to troll streamers? Like in 2018 when Ninja tweeted,
I would buy a toilet plunger as a pickaxe.
and 8 days later, Epic added the plunger to the item shop. And back in the day, Tfue swore to never buy a skin again, but said on stream,
Listen, Epic Games, I will literally support skins if you guys just remove all the bursts from the game, right?
and then 2 months later, they vaulted the bursts. Did you know Tim the Tatman got trolled by Epic in the Chapter 3 Season 2 trailer when his tomato head skin could be seen falling to his death in the background? Epic's biggest troll was when Ninja really wanted his own skin, but instead, Epic added a skin to the game that closely resembled another huge streamer. But who was it? Double tap the screen to find out as Ninja was fuming to see the Summit G skin. Which Fortnite skin has the most edit styles? Starting with my own Ali A skin that has 16 styles, the most of any icon. And then there's the Kickoff skin, which is a total of 23 styles, one for each of the football teams. Corrupted Legends technically has 101 styles, since you can change the level of corruption all the way up to 100%. The gold bound set are the OG sweat skins with a total of 3,200 combinations. But the original NFL skins go even further with 3,700 possible styles. But it's nowhere near as much as the Gridiron Gang, which have a total of 12,600 style combinations. And Chimera from Chapter 2 has over 5.7 million styles for players that manage to unlock everything. But it's still not as many as Gear Specialist Maya skin, who features 9.2 million styles to choose from, but after the season ended, you could never customize it again. To reveal which skin has the most edit styles out of every single Fortnite skin, simply double tap the screen. With a total of over 48 billion combination, it's the Boundless sets. This is our first look at Winterfest 2025, and the free skin is amazing. The biggest collab being Harry Potter, with our favorite characters arriving as skins, wands available as pickaxes, and all of their pets available as sidekicks. Then there's South Park, whose characters are being adapted to fit into mech suits like we recently had with both Bart and Lisa, and I think they look cool. But what about the free skin? To see what Epic will be giving us this year, just go to your item shop and make sure code Allier is entered, as we're getting Winter Miku. You can control this video and it's kind of scary. Recently, weird things have been happening, like my lights turning off and on, and even things disappearing from my room. Apparently, this happens every time one of you double taps on this microphone. Give it a go now. See? The lights just went off and on again. But things can get even crazier. I'm not even sure if I want to tell you how, but let's give it a go. Okay, once this timer gets to 0, I want you all to tap this microphone as fast as you can. Are you ready? Go! Look, everything is going absolutely loopy. I told you. Did you know Fortnite have killed these skins? Bendy bumped into Loki on the battle bus and accidentally sat on his scepter, which deflated him instantly. Fishstick is one of the saddest deaths because he was eliminated by Deathstroke outside of a loop, meaning he can never respawn and return. Bushranger mysteriously disappeared from the island one day and couldn't be found anywhere until his usual NPC location was replaced by a grave. Healy has actually been killed a total of 6 times in Fortnite, like a boulder from Indiana Jones's temple, Darth Vader's lightsaber, Ryu's Hadouken, Mandalorian's carbonite, and even eaten by Bunker Jonesy. Midas tried to break the loop and ended up flooding the map, so the Imagined Order sent a shark after him who literally ate him. Hugo, an undercover agent working for the IO, was attacked by an imposter and got rifted away. The Devourer, who was taken down by the Mecha Team leader in the final Showdown live event, where the battle ended with a giant sword going straight through its head. And a character with the worst death in Fortnite, who ended up getting scattered across thousands of realities, it's Eternal Voyager. These are the worst skins in Fortnite, starting with Cypress Nell, a skin you rarely spot in game, not helped by the fact that it hasn't been in the item shop for over 1,000 days. Hail, one of the newest skins in Fortnite, but they released it without a back bling. Flytrap is one of the ugliest skins in the game, and is actually the least used legendary skin in Fortnite. The giant chicken from Family Guy makes you the biggest target on the map, and you can't see much whilst using it. Koi Brawler Zero, used in less than 1% of all Fortnite matches. I honestly forgot this skin even existed. The Colorado skins are Fortnite's least popular collab, and they've not returned to the item shop in almost 3 years. Trench Trawler is a literal living lighthouse with a giant head, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this. Iron Man Zero was a skin that everyone was excited for until they realized how bulky and obstructive the armor was. Bone Wasp is an old skin that a lot of players won't remember, and he's pretty ugly. Sterling is a literal knockoff knockoff Eminem lookalike skin released all the way back in Season 8 to reveal the worst skin in Fortnite. Simply double tap the screen, as I think it has to be the Devourer. These creators are the best Fortnite gaming setup, starting with mine with triple monitors and a custom-made desk where I record all my videos like the one you're watching now. Typical Gamers is very similar, perfect for grinding Fortnite as he flexes his Renegade Raider. Courage is a giant neon shell filled with trophies and awards, fitting in perfectly with his branded colored lights. Loser Fruit setup is surrounded with Saturn-proof walls and a standing desk too. Ninja uses one of the biggest monitors I've ever seen with a dual PC setup for streaming. Booga, the World Cup champion, has the most scuffed gaming chair I've ever seen, but it doesn't stop him from winning. Mongrel recently bought his own house and rocks a triple monitor setup in his streaming room. Nick A30 has PCs mounted on his walls, 4 monitors, and branding all over his fully customized studio. Lachlan's new studio is a 360 rotating desk.
This might be the most unnecessary feature I've ever seen in a setup.
Customizable lights, green screen, and a giant TV. But Cypher's setup, which looks incredible and huge, is actually far bigger as it's inside his very own giant $10 million warehouse. It's been 5 years since this cheater played in the Fortnite World Cup, and Epic Games had to punish them, as this all happened back in 2019, when the pro player Letwick qualified for the World Cup finals where he'd have a chance to win $3 million. And at first, everything was going well, with him managing to work his way up to 59th on the leaderboard, thanks to some eliminations in early rounds, securing himself at least $50,000 in prize money. Letwick had just one more match to go, with this being his last chance to get even more points, place higher, and get even more money, but he made a big mistake. Epic believed he'd been looking up at the giant audience screens in the arena during matches, and they thought that he'd been using them to see where other players were in the game as he was playing. So Epic pulled Letwick out of his final game, removing the chance of him earning any money, as this is technically cheating. But fans were not happy, as they said he wasn't looking up at the screen in the audience, but instead just turning to his duo, who was not happy about this. But unfortunately for Letwick, nothing changed. But there was some good news for him, as Epic Games actually let him keep the $50,000 he earned. What's hiding inside this 100,000 HP ice cream truck? Let's find out, as back in Chapter 1, Season 4, Fortnite added a truck inside of Dusty Divot that was almost impossible to destroy. Simply pickaxing it would take far too long before the storm would come in, so only a few players in the whole world managed to break it open. Instead, getting a full load out of LMGs and with no other players around, who let the dog out managed to do it. But was it really worth spending all of that time breaking it open? To help deal with the final bit of damage, simply double tap on the ice cream truck, as we're so close to finding out what's inside. 3, 2, 1. Which is better?
Dragon Cannelloni.
In Fortnite or in Roblox? Well, they both look pretty cool, but I actually prefer the cleaner look in the Fortnite version. But what about
Spaghetti Toaletti.
Fortnite one is literal toilet water? That's just too gross for me, I'm afraid. And next up is and I think the numbers in the Fortnite version are actually cleaner. And
Job Sahur.
it's a tough one. They both look similar, but the effects on the Roblox one just win it for me. Now it's time for you to decide, because if you prefer
La grande combinazione.
in Fortnite, simply click that like button, or if you prefer it in Roblox, then make sure to hit that follow button. I managed to leave the Fortnite island, but what did I find? For this glitch to work, it only requires 2 steps. First, double tap on the battle bus right now, and then I needed to take my Ethernet cord and pull it out whilst I was on the battle bus. And as you can see, it worked. I escaped the Fortnite island, but what would I find? As I got further and further away, I spotted another island in the distance. The Fortnite island behind me was getting smaller and smaller the further away I got, and this new island was getting closer and closer. But I got so far away, I ended up inside the storm and I could barely see anything. And just as I thought I'd reached a new island, no! Who's the most evil villain in Fortnite? Chaos Agent is one of the original Fortnite villains, who's a mad scientist that tries to take over the island with a mysterious goo. Doom is of course more evil. After killing loads of heroes like Doctor Strange and the Fantastic Four, he attempted to wipe out the Fortnite universe to create the perfect world. Kato Thorn is even more dangerous though, as he actually had the ability to travel through time, stealing weapons and artifacts, and had a sinister plan that luckily we managed to stop. But Lyra, who was the leader of the society, stole Peely to get Jonesy's attention to use his information to open up the Pandora's box, which led to even more villains coming to the island. Like Zeus, who once arrived on the island in Chapter 5, decided he wanted to kill literally every single mortal. And Dr. Sloan, the leader of the Imagined Order, who kidnapped people to put them in the Fortnite loop and even left us to die on the alien mothership. Cube Queen is one of the most evil, though, who tried to destroy Fortnite's entire reality, but luckily failed. But the Herald got a little bit closer to destroying us all after killing most of the 7, using Chrome, and even blasting the island into pieces. But there's one character more evil than them all, who's trapped characters in the Fortnite loop for thousands and thousands of years. To reveal who it is, simply double tap the screen, as it's none other than Geno. I think Epic Games hates me because they left me out of the recent Fortnite Live event after adding a special helicopter featuring only Fortnite icon skins to help take down the Dark Presence boss, and you can clearly see there's icons like Nick, Lachlan, Loserfruit, Laserbeam, Ninja, and everyone else. But as I look closer, I was nowhere to be seen. So I decided to message Epic myself and ask them what was going on, but they told me not to worry. As not only have they brought my icon skin back to the item shop, which you should pick up using code ALIA, but they told me to look a little closer, and you can see my icon. This image has tricked your eyes. You may think that you're just looking at a grey image, but it's actually filled with vibrant colors. For this illusion to work, simply double tap on the screen and then stare at that green dot in the middle of the image for the next 20 seconds. Here we go. Whatever you do, keep on looking at that dot and try not to blink. Keep your phone or screen at a constant distance away from your eyes. If your eyes look away, the color will be lost and the illusion won't work. That grey picture we saw at the beginning of the video will be turned to vibrant colors. But you must keep on staring at that green dot once the video loops for this to work. There's just a few seconds left, so let me know in the comments if what faces lie behind these Fortnite masks, starting with Meowdus, who was actually Midas all along. Chaos Director reveals herself to be Toxin underneath, which we actually already knew. What about Chaos Agent, who's actually Ninja? Undercover Sky's mask comes off, and underneath apparently is no head at all. It turns out a TNT in his hair is actually just a wig. The new 8-Ball skin, who if you remove the mask reveals Snoop Dogg? But then who's 1-Ball? To remove the mask and find out, just double tap on the screen as we take it off and reveal John Cena. This copy of Fortnite is the most expensive in the world, and you won't believe how much it costs. Because since the beginning of Battle Royale, the game has always been free to download, but before then, in 2017, you could actually buy physical copies of the Fortnite game in a store. What people didn't know at the time is that these copies would become really rare, and this specific game got sent off to be graded to see how perfect the condition was, and it came back as an A++, the best rating you can get, and it recently sold for 42,000. Juice WRLD! RIP Juice WRLD 999. Ooh. Where are we? We're going into chapter 6? It's Hope and Jones. Sending us into a 0 point? Oh my goodness, guys. If you enjoyed the event, hit the like button. Get code ALIA entered, ready for the chapter 6 battle pass. Best way to support me. Crazy concert live event. Ooh. The next piece of the puzzle. Ready for the launch of chapter 6. Whoa! Wait, that is the chapter 6 island. That's the new island, that's the new map right there.
So the second year puri.
Second year, I'm class 9 এর পোলাবেন প্রেম করে।
মামা মায়া তো অস্থির। এক্সকিউজ মি আপু, এক্সকিউজ মি, আপনার নামটা যদি বলতেন একটু।
শুনেন বেঞ্চ সাহেব, আমার বন্ধু জিসান, ঠিক আছে? আপনার বান্ধবীরে শুনুন। মারি নাই তো, শাসন করছি। ভালো লাগে না, একটু মারতেই পারি। তাহলে কিন্তু খুব খারাপ হয়ে যাচ্ছে। তুই রবিল নামে সুন্দর একটা রিক্সা ডাক। ভাবি তুমি কি আমার বন্ধু জিসান দেখতে প্লিজ ভাবি? আপনি একটু নেন প্লিজ ভাবি। দেখেন ভাবি, বন্ধু ধরে না। আবার কল দে। এই এই দুলাভাই সামনে থাকলে যে সালাম দিতে হয়, আপনি শিখাই নাই তোরা?
যে কোচিং এর সামনে যে গুন্ডাটা দাঁড়িয়ে থাকে, আমার তো মনে হয় পড়াশোনা সব বন্ধ করে দিবে।
আমি তোর প্রেমের গল্প সাকসেসফুল না। আমার কথা বিশ্বাস কর।
আমি শুধু একটু প্রেম ভালোবাসা চাই, আমি শুধু ওরেই চাই বাবা, আমি ওরে পালি হবে।
ওকে, আমি আপনাকে ভালোবাসি। আচ্ছা, আপনার কাছে একটা প্রশ্ন।
লোকটা কে?
কিন্তু এই 4 লাইন তোমরা বাসায় প্র্যাকটিস করবা, ঠিক আছে?
ও এটা, আরে এটা অচেনা শহর, অচেনা মানুষ।
একজনকে তো অন্তত চিন।
হ্যালো।
তন্নি
মামলা দিব।
মামলা?
হ্যাঁ।
তুই আমাকে মামলার ভয় দেখাস? এই
আমি আসলে একজন কন্ট্রাক্ট কিলার। ছোটবেলায় কারোর জন্য আমার বাবা, গতদিন সব বাচ্চাদের জন্য খেলনা নিয়ে গেলাম। দুষ্ট একটা বাবু আছে।
তাড়াতাড়ি সম্ভব তুমি থানায় কমপ্লেনটা করো। আমার তো অনেক ভয় লাগছে শুনে।
কিছু মনে না করলে আগে নাম্বারটা থাকতে পারি প্লিজ। আমি শুভ।
কালকে সারা রাত তোমার আমি কল দিচ্ছি।
সারা রাত? তাহলে আপনি শুনুন আপনার ভালোবাসার মানুষের অতীত বর্তমান। পাগল কোন একদম ঠিক হয়, ওনার ব্যথা লাগে নাই?
ব্যথা তো বেশি তুমি।
তুহিনের ব্যথা লাগছে মানে?
বন্ধু তুই চিন্তা করিস না রে, ভাবির মন ঠিকই গলে যাবে।
ভাবির মন তো ঘুরবে কিন্তু
আরে না না না,
সম্ভব না। গাড়ি ঘোড়া তো
হঠাৎ আমার বাসার নিচে কোনো জরুরি দরকার?
তুমি কি আজকে কোচিং এ যাও নাই? সুন্দর মতো যাবি, ভাবির নামটা জিজ্ঞাসি। আর শোন, ভালো মতো কথা কবে, ভাবি লাগে। খালি ফাপড় আর চাপাবাজি, ফাপড় আর চাপাবাজি, এই বাদে আর কিছু পাচ্ছস?
বুকিং?
বুকিং মানে বুকিং? তুমি আমার, আমি তোমার, বুকিং দিয়ে দিছি ফাইনাল।
আমাকে বুকিং দিছে মানে আমাকে কে বুকিং দিছে দোস্ত?
তোর যে আশিক আছে না, এখন তো আমার পিছনে লাগছে।
আমার তো অনেক ভয় লাগতেছে দোস্ত। এই যে আস্তে আস্তে সব মানুষ জানবে, তারপর আমার ফ্যামিলিকেও জানাই দিবে। আর আমার
এন্ড বেস্ট অফ লাক ফর ডক্টরশিপ। আমি দোয়া করি তুমি যেন একজন ভালো ডক্টর হও।
আমার কাছে জিনের বাচ্চার নাম্বার আছে। জিনের বাচ্চা
করতে চাস নাকি ইটিস পিটিস করতে চাস? বদতমিজ। হ্যালো বন্ধু, আমার রোদে দিছস?
এই তো দিছি তো।
ঠিক মতো রোদে দিছস?
কি শুনতে চান? আমি আপনাকে ভালোবাসি?